Always play as unpredictable as possible. You don't want to be a free kill and get pieced up. There's also no way you can outplay your opponent by doing generic wall replaces. This is the first of 69 actually useful tips I've learned from analyzing pro players for over a month. This video will include some insanely valuable tips that are nowhere else to be found on YouTube, and I'm giving them all to you for completely free. So I'd advise you to watch till the end, because the deeper into this video, the more valuable it'll get. When you're low and have to heal, fake pop minis and edit as soon as your opponent pickaxes your wall. You'll get a free counter damage stack. When you're getting chopped, go directly above your opponent. This makes it almost impossible to get hit while you're falling down. Abuse shotgun delay. When your enemy shoots their shotgun at your wall, instantly go for either a shot or piece control. They will not be able to shoot back in time. Always use the best possible peeks. This might sound logical, but use peeks your opponent will not see coming. A great one for doing this is this floor peek almost every pro uses nowadays. Replace walls from a distance. You can place a wall from a whole box away, so abuse it. This way of replacing a wall is much safer than using a pickaxe. Keep track of your opponent at all times. Even when healing, you should know where he is and what he's doing. This can help you predict the next move and make a play. Get on your opponent's wall ASAP as soon as you get a big hit. This will keep pressure high and prevent him from healing back up. Keeping pressure high will lead to him making mistakes. Keep track of how many bullets you have in your guns. This is called reload management. Pros are very good at this. Mastering this will stop you from dying because you jumped in a box with 4 SMG bullets. Edit the cone in his box when you're peeking. This will throw off his lineup and cause him to miss a shot. It can also give him a worse peek as a bonus. Learn to counter piece. If you feel like you're gonna get boxed, place a wall yourself so you have an escape route. But even in endgame, counter piecing is important. Place ramps on multiple walls when you're pushing a box. This will throw them off and help you stay unpredictable. To make this even better, swing at multiple walls at once. Cones shouldn't be safe either. You should make him shit his pants. Confidence is key. If you are scared to fight, it will show. Just play smart and play like you're the best in the game. Only 50-50 with a big health advantage. However, you should still avoid it though. You might waste heals or be in a worse position when the third party comes. Don't build up too high in mid-game fight. It will attract third parties and you can easily get chopped down. By building too much, you will also waste too much mats. This might just throw away your whole game. When third partying, fight from top down. Kill the guy on height first and then the guy on low ground. If you do it other way, you'll get jumped on by the guy on height. Always get a health advantage when starting a fight. Get a big beam or a snipe, then keep pressuring. This will give you the control over the fight and help you win easily. Pickaxe walls where your opponent is least likely to edit. If you don't and your opponent edits, you won't break the wall and your opponent has a free shot on you. Trust me, you don't want to be caught lacking. Instead, you could also fake a pickaxe swing. Then just pull out your shotgun and enjoy your free hit. But to stay safe, place an edited ramp above your head to avoid getting coned. Make multiple boxes in endgame to get more refresh opportunities. This will give you more angles to look at and give you more space if someone tries to fight you. Always use what you have in endgame. If you're low health and you have no heals but you have mats, overbuild. If you have medkits or floppers but no mats, go stormplate to farm placement points and maybe even find a refresh. Always block off all angles while fighting. Trust me, you don't want to get beaten by a third party and die because you forgot to build a single wall. Move fast and at all times. There's no reason you should stop moving. If you're standing still in a box, it's so easy for your opponent to get tags on you through your wall. If you have no mats, you can still win the fight by sprinting around and getting into his face. In endgame, stick front side of zone if possible. This way you can get looked back on or storm held. You'll also be able to claim a layer and cut off others. Learn to rotate cheap. Use cheap torps, mobility, sprinting, sliding, just all types of movement you can. But the important part is to stay safe and not be able to get hit while preserving mats. Always have multiple layers in between you and your opponent while healing. If they have to break multiple layers to get to you, you'll be able to heal more. This is why it's important to make multiple boxes. Be aware of the health of your walls. You should always know how much health your walls have. If you don't, someone might be able to jump in your box or take your wall. If you know someone might jump in, you'll never be caught off guard. Jump in someone's box in endgame if you need a refresh and have an opportunity. Remember what I just said about wall awareness? Lots of people still overlook this, so use it to your advantage and get yourselves on free refreshes. Go into replay mode every time you die and you don't know the reason. This is very important. This will help you identify your mistakes and make sure you never make them again. If you don't do this, you'll never learn from your mistakes. Take your peeks optimally. Do not swing too wide when you have the right hand peek. Focus on being the least exposed possible. Use natural cover. This includes hills, rocks, trees, buildings. People are way less likely to start spraying a natural wall wall compared to a player built wall. You'll also be more hidden. Make space as soon as you get a kill. You just got extra mats, so use them. Do this before you start looting. You don't want to die to a third party because you don't have edits. Piece control from behind cover. Just like while taking peeks, you want to be covered as much as possible. Usually you can box someone while you're fully unexposed. Reset your mindset after every game. This is mainly for tournaments but for ranked as well. After every game, get up, drink some water, do something other than sitting at your desk. This will help you stay focused and stop you from tilting. Prioritize having mobility. Whatever is in the game, try to get it and abuse it. This includes natural pads and cars for mid game. With movement items you can save lots of mats. Play every tournament. Even if you don't feel like playing, play for practice. It is the most realistic form of practice. Positioning is key. It is what wins you games. Position yourself as optimal as possible in every zone. For mid game that's usually that side. Unless you need storm surge stacks. That's when you shouldn't go that side. In endgame, at front side you can look back and get some free kills. At the sides you're less likely to get targeted. Don't take fights if you have good loot and need to win. Don't grief your own game because you want a couple extra kills. A win is worth way more than kills. Always play safe and use your loot advantage in endgame. Know when to take height in endgame. Having height will win you games, but that's only if you know when to take it. If you take it too early, there's no way you can maintain it till the end. Taking it very late is impossible as well because the zone is too small and you get sprayed by height. Watch how pros take height and copy their timing and techniques. Never tilt, it doesn't fix anything. All it does is mess up your mentality for the next game. You should have an improvement focused mindset. Every death is an opportunity to improve. Master your drop spot. You shouldn't just know where you drop, you should know where all the chests are, what the most effective loot route is, how to fight at it. This will minimize your RNG of spawn. Also get yourself a drop map. It really isn't that hard to make one. Or you can also pay someone to do it for you. Never tunnel vision. If you do, you will make mistakes. If you tunnel vision on a kill for example, you probably will get the kill, but you'll end up scuffed because you wasted a lot of mats. And then you're a free kill to a third party. You can always make a comeback. Just because you wasted a lot of mats doesn't mean the game is over. Always play to your fullest every game. A couple extra placement points might make the difference. And similar to that, one bad tournament doesn't mean you're a bad player. Find your mistakes and learn from them. Okay, that's enough of my motivational speech. Abuse the meta. If there's something that's broken in the game, use it while you can. You should have every advantage you can get. If you don't adjust to the meta every season, you won't place high in tournaments. It's that simple. Use third parties to your advantage. If you know there's a third party somewhere, place the enemy you're fighting in between you and that third party. Usually he'll start spraying and that's how you can easily end the fight or get your kill stolen. For mechanics, consistency is way more important than speed. Lots of pros that I watched didn't need to use fast and flashy edits. The thing I did notice is how few edits they missed. So don't feel like not being able to do fancy retakes is holding you back. Practice daily to become consistent and then you can look into becoming faster. Use your time wisely. Pros don't waste time mindlessly cranking for hours. They play pro level scrims and practice against other pros. That's how they improve a lot in a short amount of time. You might be thinking, I don't have access to pro scrims or pro fans to fight. Well, you still need to work your way up by playing the best possible scrims you have access to. Don't rely on visual audio. Of course it's useful to locate your enemies, but when they crouch, they don't show up on the visuals. You can use this to your advantage to sneak up and make some good plays. Stop using mongrel classics. Come on, it's 2025. There's way better ways of fighting. Instead you should use this variant. It gives you a good angle while blocking the opponent's vision. If you're on height, your main priority should be pressuring second height. They are your biggest threat and usually have the most mats left. You should pressure everyone down and grief the lobby. Never turn your back on your opponent. If you're getting pressured, the last thing you want to do is turn around. That's because you can't hold your wall anymore. Instead you should edit out of the side or the top if you have to. Angle swap after every peek, especially if you have multiple walls on your opponent. This will make you unpredictable and help you outplay the enemy. Use cones as cover. This is a great way to avoid getting tagged if you're stuck in a box. It can help you make good plays as well, like replacing a wall. Trust me, this will save you a lot if you do it right. Take no unnecessary damage. If you have an opponent fully boxed for example, there's no reason you should take any damage whatsoever. If you play unpredictable enough and take good peeks, there's no way you can get tagged. If you want to improve a lot, try applying this in ranked. Fight everyone while focusing on not taking any damage. Mentality is a big part of the game, both while practicing and playing tournaments. But this goes way further than just controlling emotions. While playing a solo cash cup for example, if you keep telling yourself you're not good enough to qualify to the finals, there's no way you can qualify. But if you keep telling yourself you are good enough, no matter how delusional it is, there's at least a chance you'll qual, because this will give you the confidence you need. But your mentality should be completely different as soon as that cup ends. You should find what you did wrong and how you can do it better next time. endgame. Aim your shotgun through walls. This is how pros easily hit pre-fires. If you know that your opponent will edit, just stand there with your shotgun. Then get a free tag or replace the wall. Make sure to not expose yourself too much though. Don't play like you have 0 ping if you don't. Most pros have 0 ping and it helps them make plays that are just not possible on higher ping. But keep in mind, pros often play tournaments on other regions where they have over 100 ping, yet they still place well. That's because they adapt their playstyle to the delay. They know how to play high ping, that's how they do well. So basically you have no excuse if you're on 100 ping. Try to pre-box even if it's uncertain your opponent will go that way. If he does walk into that direction, you get a free kill, but if he doesn't, you just continue the fight. Lots of players hesitate too long to go for piece control, leading to them missing out on some free kills. Abuse cones. Like the last tip, people often hesitate to cone off their opponents or just completely don't. Cones can help you take high ground or piece up your opponent in a fight. Also know that cones can reach further than you think, but that's not the only thing you should do with cones. Cone yourself. You might be very confused right now, but if you're building up, chances are your opponent will cone you. So that's why you should place your own before he does. This way you can edit that cone and continue building up. Don't make your warm-up routine too long. We all have had that motivation to grind and plan to do 1 hour of aim training every day as a warm-up, but in reality, this is just unrealistic to maintain. You won't stick to it because it's way too long, and it's not always required for improvement. If there's someone in your box, it doesn't always mean you have to start shooting back in 50-50. Most of the times you can get out and reset the fight. This is especially true in endgames. If you do decide to 50-50, you will most likely lose. That's because your opponent will most likely have the first hit on you. Move closer before starting a fight. In mid-game, bad players often start getting tags on their opponent as soon as they can, while pros get as close as possible before starting a fight. This will help you get more damage and help you finish the fight ASAP. Pre-torp in endgame. This can help you get info you otherwise wouldn't have. It will also give you more time to think before moving out of your box. This way you can plan out your rotate as good as possible. Learn the storm surge values. You should know what zones require how many players before storm surge pops up. You should also learn to anticipate if it's gonna be active at all. Most lower point lobbies and cups will not have storm surge, so there's no point in going for tags for the sake of it. If you know there will be no surge, you can rotate over to that side and guarantee you get to endgame. And now the final tip, and it might sound a bit weird, but make sure to take breaks from playing Fortnite all day. It's crazy how much taking a break can help. If you just play every day for months in a row, you will get burnt out and not do well in cups. Also, you should probably touch some grass every once in a while.